How's it going today, guys? What is going on?
What's going on?
Okay, that was kind of weird. Anyways, we're on our way to Inverhuron Provincial Park. In the meantime, we're gonna stop at Barburrito's and grab a bean burrito. A lot of options at grocery stores these days, but as far as fast food goes, there isn't much available. So burritos and pitas are kind of where you're at. So let's go have our burrito, and then we'll be on to Inverhuron Provincial Park.
What kind of beans you want? Just beans, black beans. Pineapple? You gotta do that.
Anyways, guys, that's the Barburrito experience. Delicious as always. So let's head off to Inverhuron Provincial Park and see what happens. Woo! It's gonna be a hot one this weekend.
Some like it hot and some sweat.
Okay guys, we made it. We're just gonna go check in and check out our campsite. So we'll see you in a couple minutes. All right guys, we made it to our campsite, looking pretty good. It's in a nice little secluded area. So we have a little bit more privacy this time. It's kind of unusual because we're coming here on a Tuesday, Wednesday, which is not our style. It's going to be interesting to see how the park behaves on a Tuesday and Wednesday. Okay, we're going to get everything set up and then we're going to have some buffalo bites. We're going to do that for a little later on snack. We had some Barburritos on the way up. It was pretty good. And it happened to save me a lot of time cooking. So check in with us in a little later. We'll have everything set up and we'll be ready to go. All right, campsite is set up and we're just going to head down to the beach and see what the beach has to offer. So kind of not what I expected. It's actually a fairly rocky beach with a big flat limestone rock, it looks like. Looks like you can walk out on this rock for a fair distance. So I might try that out. So far I'm fairly impressed with this park. The campsite looks really nice. Very short walk to the beach. It literally took about 2 minutes. Right now it looks a little bit hazy for a sunset picture, but we're gonna go to another part of the beach, walk down the trail, the chain trail, and we'll see what we got. Not sure if you can see it, but that's a serious sunset back there. It's a bright red, actually a bright orange, and I believe it's because of all the humidity. End of May, we're still kicking around 30 degrees here, so I hate to see what July and August is going to be. The beach is super rocky too, so you really have to be careful walking on this. It's a ankle twister for sure. Okay, so that's it. Nothing exciting, just a big glowing ball in the horizon. So we're gonna get back to the campsite and cook up some good stuff. So being the end of May, the bugs were quite bad tonight. What saved us was this device here. It's called the Thermacell. It's been out for, I don't know, a couple of years or so. We found out about it through a guy called Steve Wallace, Camping with Steve. And you may know him as a stealth camper. And he told us about this, and it's a good product. So try this out and win your battle against the mosquitoes. All right, so we were actually a little bit stuffed from the Barburritos we had. We didn't end up doing the field roast buffalo bites, I think they were. In the meantime, we're gonna let the fire wind down. I did start a fire, but you know, it's gonna wind down right now. So we are gonna let that fire wind down and we're gonna hit the sack and see what happens in the morning. A lot of food happening tomorrow, so check it out.
So check it out. Too drunk on Saturday.
How's it going this morning, guys? Looks like it's going to be another nice day. We're going to start off by doing some just egg, some Hillary sausages, and we're going to do some potatoes and onions. And this afternoon we're going to cook those buffalo bites we never got around to last night. Yeah, let's go back to the campsite and get her started. Okay, we have some time to kill, so we're going to take a walk down the chain trail and see where this takes us. I imagine this will take us to the point somewhere. The campground is very peaceful this time of year, so I think I might do more of this weekday camping if I can. So every once in a while I get a little trail that leads out to the beach area, which is literally empty now. There is nobody at this park, which is, for my liking, it's very nice. Okay, we're going to take this little trail here out to the beach and see what we got. So it's definitely not the most attractive beach in the world. It is full of rock. A little bit mucky right now. Not ideal for swimming. Maybe if you're a diehard, you might go in there. Or if you got some kind of a watercraft, it's okay. So over in the background is the Bruce Nuclear Power Plant. It's very close to this park, actually, right beside it. And we're hoping actually that the water isn't radioactive. It's a little bit stinky around here too. I don't know what it is, fish or rotting something. A lot of dried up mud. Gotta try to traverse this a little bit, but I have to watch my step. Likely some radioactive waste that washed up on shore from the nuclear power plant nearby. Nice to see people are still creative. So we're heading back into the trail now. That's it for the walk. It's super interesting, I guess. And hopefully when I get back, we'll be ready for some breakfast because I'm getting pretty hungry. So it looks like it's a good cycling trail too. Okay, we're just doing our potatoes here for the morning breakfast. And we're gonna let them get a little bit soft. We're gonna do what's called a kind of a potato mash, where you get them nice and crispy in the frying pan. Then we add some onions. It's really good, as opposed to just kind of whole potatoes. So let's stay tuned for that. And I gotta watch my heat because I'm almost over boiling here. Okay, our potatoes are done. We're just gonna throw them on a hot plate since we have electricity and save our propane canisters. We only have one and it's about half, so I'm getting a little bit worried right now. Okay, you see how they're starting to break apart a little bit, so that's exactly what I want. A little bit of a different style. So I'm gonna let those potatoes get a little bit brownish before I actually add the onions. I just have to watch it. It's not really the greatest thing to be cooking potatoes in. I didn't bring my Teflon pan with me, so we're doing it this way. Okay, so we got about a half an hour before that sun comes out and starts beating down on us. Why does that keep happening? Okay, they're starting to brown up a little bit, so it's getting close. It is actually taking a long time. I'd say maybe another 15 minutes and we can put the onions in there and hopefully get everything nice and crispy. So we're actually doing one course at a time because it's a lot of work to get everything together at once, and I just can't handle the stress of it. So we do the potatoes, then afterwards we'll do the just egg and Hillary's bagels. Okay, we'll let those onions get nice and golden and then it should be ready. Okay, looking pretty good, almost there. So the last few minutes of it, I actually turn the heat up to full and I just keep stirring it around, making sure it doesn't burn, but kind of give it that nice crispiness to it. So maybe 5 more minutes, then we'll start digging in. Add a little ketchup in there. Can't beat potatoes out in the wild. All right, and that is my potato mash. Why does that keep happening? Okay guys, here's the poison of the morning. We got some Hillary's. This stuff's actually pretty healthy for you. So the ingredients are cooked whole grain millet, cooked lentils, sugars being date paste, maple sugar, expeller pressed oil, canola and or sunflower and or safflower, hemp seed, dried apples, potato starch, ground flaxseed, sea salt, ground fennel seed, thyme, black pepper, sage, smoked paprika, rosemary, cinnamon, nutmeg, all organic. So these are actually pretty healthy for you. A lot better than the Gardein version or any kind of Beyond version. They're not greasy at all. Anyways, we're gonna give these a go. We're gonna have to grease them up a little bit in the frying pan. Otherwise, I would oven cook them normally, but we're out in the wild, so we're gonna do it our way. We also got some just egg to go on top of it. These are the patties, a lot easier to deal with. I did forget my steamer, so I'm gonna have to probably just fry them up, do some fried eggs. And these guys, what do we got here? Water, mung bean protein, isolate, expeller pressed canola oil, cornstarch, salt, baking powder, dehydrated onion, dehydrated garlic, maltodextrin, transglutaminase, carotene, and turmeric. Turmeric's for the little bit of color there. And yeah, so a little bit more processed, but still not too bad. this is really falling apart, so I think these would be better just cooking from frozen, but it's hard to keep them frozen in a cooler. It's just not possible. Okay, we'll let those brown up nicely and give them a go. We got to get the Just Egg going on some other device now. All right, so far the Hillarys are holding together, but barely. So this is really getting brown quick. So I don't think you could do this if they were frozen. It would just be all frozen still on the inside and cooked on the outside. So luckily they thawed in our cooler and we should be good. So the hole is quite large. We might have to guard it with a piece of lettuce on the bottom and then put our patties on top. Okay, that's going to be our guard lettuce right there. A little bit hot the pan is. So these actually fall apart quite easy. But once you mush it all together, it pretty much stays in there. Okay, here comes the Just Egg on top. Tomato. Another piece of lettuce. This is going to be like a killer monster sandwich. On second thought, do this. We need a top guard. So a little mayo there to make it stick. Can hear an awful speedboat in the distance. So there goes my peace and quiet. Okay, there's our guard lettuce and the top of the bagel. There we go. It's probably gonna fall apart.
It falls apart in little pieces on the floor.
We'll see you after breakfast. Okay, so that's breakfast in a nutshell. We're gonna get cleaned up and figure out what we're gonna do for the afternoon. Maybe head down to the beach again, and we'll try to squeeze those buffalo bites in maybe in a few hours. And tonight, hopefully, some campfire cooking. So stay tuned. Oh, and if you do like the channel, please subscribe. We could always use some more subscribers and viewers. All right, guys, we're here at the day use beach. We went to find some sand, and we certainly looks like we got it. So as you can see, there's literally nobody here. It's about 3 cars in the parking lot, including ours. So yeah, I love this weekday stuff. Now we're gonna take a walk along the boardwalk, get to the beach. It's actually quite a surprise. I was getting a little bit worried there that there may not be any sand here. So you never know, there might be some swimming after all. Okay, just a viewing point, but nonetheless a really nice beach it looks like. So that is the day use beach. Nothing exciting, just a beach, but it is very nice, and I imagine it'd be jam-packed on the weekends. All right, just taking it easy in the shade here. It's pretty hot today. It's about 30 degrees, and the sun is just beating down on the site. We're gonna get going with our afternoon snack or lunch, so to speak. And we're finally going to get to these field roast buffalo wings, plant-based wings. So they're boneless, obviously. And I've been considering how to cook these because I don't have an oven. Normally I would do it in an oven. But I think I'm just going to try to heat them up on a pan on the Coleman stove. And kind of get them browned up and stuff. And then I don't see what happens. I guess I'll play it by ear, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so we put some grease in the pan. We're gonna throw the wings on and see if it browns up a little bit. Okay, there's a whole pile of ingredients in this stuff. And I'd love to read it out, but it's a little bit small and I did forget my glasses. But I can tell you the main ingredient is vital wheat gluten, which is what's mostly used in plant-based meats. It's basically the gluten out of flour, and you extract that out of the flour. It's a very dense type of bread, and it simulates meat very well. So that's what these guys are made out of. So they're probably going to taste very good. There's a Whole bunch of spices and other stuff in it. Nothing overly terrible. Probably the worst thing is the sauce in this. But we're going to use the sauce anyways. So they are browning up quite nicely. But I have to be careful. If I leave them on too much longer, they may get burnt on the other side. So eventually we will throw them in a foil pack. Kind of a strange shape too. I don't know why they call them wings. They don't look like wings. Any wings that I know of. They're more like just oval slices, I'd say. But either way, it'll work. I'm sure the taste is all the same. Just gonna grease up our foil a little bit here. Don't want anything sticking. I'm actually into these foil packs because I got a lot of foil at home that's building up, so I got to use it up. Okay, we'll pop these guys on. Ow! Ow! Yeah, I should use my tongs. It's getting a little bit hot. Or something other than my fingers. Take the plastic out. We don't want to eat the plastic. We'll try to bundle this up like a nice package of love. And we'll let that stew on the heat for a little bit. So I got these on sale, 2 for 10 bucks at Metro. It's really not a lot, so even for 10 bucks, it's a small amount of food, so don't expect this to fill you up. You're gonna need to decide with it. This is just our afternoon snack because we had a really big breakfast. Also gonna add a little Earth Island sour cream to this. This stuff's probably the best plant-based sour cream I've had. There's other types, but I would spend the extra money and get this stuff. It's pretty good. Usually I like to water it down just to thin it out a little bit, make it a little bit more spreadable. Anyway, so that's it. Field roast buffalo wings. Not a lot there, just enough to tie us over till dinner time. And we got a little sour cream to go with that, so should be good. Anyways, normally this would be finger food, but today we're gonna go with a fork and save my hands from getting messy. All right, let's give this a go. Kind of mushy and not crisp at all, so I don't think I would do these things again camping. So what I noticed here is on the end of this, it's like an oval shape, and I thought, wow, these look awfully a lot like sausages. And my theory is correct because I can see the sausage end here, just making sausages and slicing them and calling them wings. So I don't approve of this. They could have done a better job with us, and I probably won't be buying this product again. So that's that for field roast buffalo wings. So here we got your boat launch at the park. All right, not much to see here, no boat to launch, so I think we're gonna make our way. Okay, so we are here, and we can see the bridge over there. And maybe we can make it around. We'll see what happens. We're gonna look out here. Sawmill site. Old cedar tree.
Oh, I thought it was close.
And former schoolhouse site. So that's it, the infamous river over the bridge, Inverhuron. Hey, so decided to come to the beach again, and it is roasting hot out here, so it's nice to get the legs in the water, even though it is freezing cold. That's about it for the beach. Gonna head back to the campsite, relax for a bit. And you know, as they say, life's a beach. So those are your cabin rentals over there. If you're not into tent camping, you can rent a cabin. So behind me we have the silent alarm or alarm system, and it will alarm in case there's ever an emergency, a nuclear emergency. It's part of the alarm system for the town of Kincardine because the nuclear power plant's so close. And we know we all have seen nuclear emergencies. Okay, nothing too much fancy going on for dinner. We're just gonna do some knot burgers. If you haven't heard of knot burgers, they're actually pretty good. I actually like them better than Beyond Burgers. But it's come from a line of other plant-based meats. They have knot chicken and knot milk. And I've had the knot burgers before. They're not too bad. We're gonna put these burgers on some pretzillas, and I know you've seen them before. We've made them before. And these guys are really, pretzillas, that's it, pretzillas. So pretzel buns. So yeah, you want a good burger, put it on a pretzel bun. So let's get to it. There we go, pretzel buns. It looks like our knot burgers got squished in the cooler, so for next time we're gonna put them in a container and make sure this doesn't happen. So we'll have to cook them as is. Maybe we can reshape them a bit, but we'll see. Okay, so I was able to reshape them quite nicely, so no harm, no foul. So we're gonna let those cook down, get them nice and grilled, and have our knot burgers. So knot burgers, they are very similar to Beyond Beef. They don't have as much of that Beyond Beefiness taste, I guess you want to call it, if that's what you want to call it. And they're also very expensive, $13.99 for 4 burgers, so you're talking like $3.75 per burger. So it's quite an investment when you get into the knot burgers, as opposed to some of the cheaper veggie burgers, which we may be trying out in the future. Okay, here we are, knot burgers and dill pickle potato salad. So hopefully this is good, but I think it will be. Yeah, this is really good. It's a meal fit for a king. Okay, approaching dusk and the bugs are getting pretty bad, so I decided to come out to the water for a walk. So not much to see here. I've seen it all before. We're just gonna wind the night down, try to catch maybe a decent sunset picture. So a little sunset, a little fire, and that'll be it. So that was it. Not the greatest, slightly disappointing, but you get what you get. Back to the campsite, start a fire, and call her a night. Morning, everybody. So we did survive the night, no bear attacks or anything. And for breakfast, we're gonna be doing some polar berry waffles. So these guys are pretty good. Let's take a look at the ingredients here. We got water, brown rice flour, gluten-free whole oat flour, tapioca starch, sunflower oil, cane sugar, blueberries, corn flour, navy bean flour, pea protein, bean flour, beet juice concentrate, sunflower lecithin, baking powder, mixed berry flavor, and sea salt. So not too many chemicals in there, just mostly flours. So these guys are actually pretty healthy for you. So let's give them a go and see what happens. And after that, we'll be making our departure and heading back to the city. Okay guys, we're all cleaned up, did the circle check. Looks like the campsite is clean. Looks like nobody was ever here. For the road trip home, we got a little special treat. Primal Spirit vegan jerky. We got hickory smoke, Texas barbecue, and a couple of Thai peanuts. So that is it. We're gonna take off and we'll see you at Killbear.
Say I'm gonna kill the bear. Say it.
Yeah, Killbear in a few weeks. And don't forget to subscribe.